Folks, you have tried stretching, you have tried rest, you have tried ice packs, anti-inflammatories as well, and every single cream on the shelf, and yet your heel pain keeps coming back. Why does this frustrating thing happen? So in this video, I'm going to tell you the real reason, and it's absolutely not what most people think. Watch on! Welcome to a brand new episode where I talk about anything and everything regarding foot and lower limb health in a fun, hopefully educational and entertaining way. My name's Grant, I'm your YouTube podiatrist and I'm based in Sydney, and today we are tackling one of the most frustrating things I hear in my clinic every single day, every single week. Patients look at me and say, Grant, why does my heel pain keep coming back? Not with me, obviously, new patients. And now, before I go on, I create these videos to promote lower limb and foot health. And your incredible support and engagement shows me that I'm making a real difference. So if you haven't already, please tap that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a new episode weekly. All right, folks, let's get straight into it. All right, here is the most uncomfortable truth. Most people treating their heel pain are treating the symptom and completely ignoring the cause. Think of it this way. You are a car, a nice car. Your heel pain, that burning, stabbing sensation, first thing in the morning, stepping out of bed, that is just the check engine warning light flashing on your dashboard. Now, what do most people do when that warning light comes on? They ignore it, it'll eventually turn off, or they put a piece of paper over it. They rest it, they ice it, and the light temporarily rests, disappears. They go back to their normal routine, and then 2 weeks later, the warning light goes back on, flashing brighter than ever. That is exactly what happens when we treat heel pain without addressing the structural root cause. And here is the kicker, folks. When you look at long-term epidemiological data published in major orthopedic journals like the Journal of Bone and Joint Surgery, the stats are staggering. Research tracking chronic heel pain reveals that up to 80% of people dealing with heel pain, plantar fasciitis, continue to suffer from lingering symptoms or experience a major recurrence within a 2-year window if they only treat the surface symptoms. 8 out of 10 people, that's not bad luck, folks. That is a total system failure. To understand why this happens, I want to introduce you to a clinical concept that changed the way I treat heel pain in my practice. It is called the load versus capacity model. And once you understand this, everything clicks into place. Your plantar fascia, what I call the elastic bridge of your foot, has a maximum structural capacity. It has a strict load limit, just like a car towing an object. Or think of it like a real bridge built to handle a specific amount of weight and traffic per day. Every single time you take a step, you load that bridge. Every time you stand on hard floors for work, you load that bridge. Every time you run, jump, or walk around your house in flat, unsupported shoes, you are heavily loading that bridge. When your daily physical load stays safely below your biological capacity, you experience zero pain. Aha! Your body successfully adapts, repairs the tissue overnight, and strengthens the foot. It is beautiful, the foot. That's right. But when your daily load exceeds your capacity even slightly, but consistently day after day, that is when the micro tears begin. This is important, right? That is when the chronic inflammation sets in, and that is exactly when you feel that freaking agonizing stabbing pain in your heel, in your arch, the very moment your feet hit the floor in the morning. Now, here is the scientific reason why rest alone never works. Clinical studies published in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports have proven that when you completely rest the tissue, your capacity actually decreases. Your elastic bridge, or your plantar fascia, and your intrinsic foot muscles decondition and weaken. So the exact moment you return to your normal day activity, wearing the same shoes, walking the same shitty hard floors, and following the same routine, you are now forcing your body to load a structure that has even lower capacity than it did before you rested. Does this sort of make sense? The pain comes back, and it usually comes back freaking worse. This is why passive rest is just a temporary band-aid, not a permanent cure. Now, there are 3 primary triggers I see in almost every single heel pain patient who walks through my clinic doors. These are the 3 reasons your daily load keeps aggressively exceeding your tissue capacity. Here we go. Trigger number 1 is poor footwear. Your shoes are either your best friend or your absolute worst enemy. Flat shoes, cheap thongs, cheap flip-flops, and fashion sneakers with zero structural support offer absolutely no shock absorption and no stability. Every step you take in these shoes dumps the entire physical load of your body directly through your elastic bridge or your plantar fascia. Figure like trying to walk across a trampoline that has a massive hole cut through the middle. Hard to fathom, right? So that elastic bridge of your foot is taking a brutal hit every single time your foot strikes the ground. And what you actually need is a footwear that features a bit more of a rigid heel counter to lock and support your heel bone in place, and an adequate heel to toe drop of at least less than 10 or 6 to 10, 12 millimeters to mechanically offload the fascia, and a dense supportive midsole that bounces back rather than completely collapsing under your weight for the period of sore feet. Now, trigger number 2 is poor daily services, and this ties directly into what I call the 12-hour decay. So, chronic concrete floors, ceramic tiles, and commercial timber floorboards are completely unforgiving, man-made surfaces that offer zero shock absorption. Kapow! And most of us spend 8 to 12 hours a day standing, working hard and loading our joints on exactly these surfaces in our kitchens, our offices, and our schools, and even our hospitals. Every single step is a high impact shockwave firing directly into your heel. Compare that to natural surfaces like grass, thick carpet, sand, dirt, which naturally deform and absorb a massive portion of that impact energy. If your lifestyle or your job means you cannot change the surface you stand on, you can move away and go somewhere tropical, but you can't do it, then making footwear choices and your internal biomechanics become your absolute last line of defense. Number 3 is poor foot biomechanics. This is the big one. This is where we come in, and this is the one that most people completely miss. Your foot has a completely unique anatomical structure. Your specific arch type, whether you have flat feet, high arches, or neutral footprint, determines exactly how force is distributed across your foot with every single step. Clinical research in the Journal of Foot and Ankle Research demonstrates that an overpronating or flat foot causes your inside arch or your medial arch to collapse inward during gait, which dramatically increases the mechanical tension and elongation stress placed directly on your arch band or plantar fascia. Conversely, a high arch foot has very little shock absorption, meaning every step delivers a much harder, unmitigated impact directly into your heel bone, which is what I call the foundation foot of your foot. Now, when you combine these arch profiles with limited ankle mobility, it tightens the poor Achilles tendon and overworks your calf muscles, which what I call are the powerhouse pushers through the day. You're looking at a perfect biomechanical recipe for chronic ass recurring heel pain. This is why 2 people can wear the exact same shoes on the exact same concrete floors, and one develops severe heel pain while the other one is completely fine. It all comes down to your individual biomechanics, which podiatrists can see. So seek out podiatrists. But before we talk about the solution, I need to completely bust one of the most common medical myths I hear in my clinic every single freaking day, and that is the heel spur myth. I've had so many patients come in to see me absolutely convinced that a bony heel spur is a direct cause of their agony. They have an x-ray done, the radiologist has reported a calcaneal or a heel spur, and assume that this sharp piece of bone is physically stabbing into their soft tissue every time they take a step. And here's the absolute truth, backed up by extensive radiographic studies published in the American Journal of, now, rheumatology. Heel spurs are present in about 50% of people who have plantar fasciitis or heel pain, but they are also present in up to 25% of the population who have absolutely zero heel pain whatsoever, right? So the bony spur itself is almost never the actual generator of your pain. It is simply an incidental structural sign that your poor plantar fascia has been under severe chronic loading stress for a very long time, causing your body to lay down bone to try to reinforce the area to support it, right? So the pain you are feeling is coming from the severely pissed off, inflamed, micro-torn soft tissue of the fascial band, not the bone. So if someone has told you that expensive surgery, chop out that spur is your only option, please go get a second opinion ASAP. You need to treat the soft tissue fascia, you need to manage the load. 9 times out of 10, the pain resolves completely without ever touching the heel spur or touching the bone. So what do you actually do about it? This answer requires a strict two-pronged clinical approach. You must aggressively reduce your daily load while simultaneously building your tissue capacity at the exact same time. Remember the concepts. To reduce the load, you must address these 3 triggers immediately. Upgrade your footwear to something a bit more structured, supportive. Get off those bare, hard surfaces at home by using high quality anti-fatigue mats. And easiest thing is, go see a podiatrist and get your foot mechanics, biomechanics as professionally assessed by a podiatrist who can then offload or redistribute your pressure using custom foot orthoses to balance out your specific arch mechanics and provide you with a strengthening program to load. And to build your capacity, this is how we do it. We target progressive strengthening, and it's absolutely non-negotiable. I'm not talking about basic passive calf stretches against the wall. This is contemporary sports medicine literature supporting this, and includes landmark clinical trials on progressive high-load tensile training that proves that specific heavy eccentric loading exercise are what actually rebuild the structural alignment and tensile strength of the plantar fascia collagen, which is essential for healing and improving. By performing controlled progressive heel raises and intrinsic foot exercises consistently over a 6 to 12 period, you actively force your biological capacity to climb way above your daily environmental load, to carry your ass, right? And when your capacity is higher than your load, the tissue repairs and the mechanical stress stops, and the heel pain completely disappears, and we maintain it. That's why it's my job in my clinic, my patients. I always say, patience and consistency are your greatest weapons here, folks. This is absolutely not a quick 2-week fix. This is a dedicated 6, 12-week journey of tissue adaptation. But every single small victory is worth selling, because when you walk out of this on the other side, freedom, and you will possess the exact knowledge and physical strength required to keep that heel pain from ever coming back. Now folks, if you have any questions or comments about your own foot pain or the exercises I have mentioned today, please post them directly below. Drop your biggest frustration with heel pain in the comments below in the comment section, because I read every single one of them and I'll do my absolute best to reply to you with real clinical insights from a practicing podiatrist. And if this video has helped you understand your body a little bit more or a huge amount today, please share it with a friend, family member or colleague or an enemy who is currently suffering on their feet. I want to help as many people as I possibly can reclaim their sanctity, sanity, and mobility. And don't forget to tap that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you can stay completely in the know every single week when I drop new episodes. Folks, I would love to wish you my byline, walk smarter, not harder, folks. I'll catch you on the next video.